Another topic I wanted to cover today briefly. I was in church, Auntie, and I've included her in some of my poetry pieces, and my thoughts were really heavy on her while I was in Sunday service. Yes, so I want to talk about it briefly with the anniversary coming up. So, the anniversary of Chelsea Corrine Kryst. Chelsea. Okay. Now, I asked myself one question. The question was, why would this Christian, a phenomenal 30-year-old American model, born 1991 in Jackson, Michigan County, commit suicide? She was hypnotizing, big brown eyes, long flowing black natural curly hair, 5'6", 119 pounds, athletic woman with body measurements of 35, 27, 35, a bra size of 32B, waist size 27, hip size 35, and a shoe size of 6. Why would she leap off the 29th floor of her building? Her resume is boastful and is one to be in awe of. Questions Samuel used to ask. Single or married? You got any kids? What's your weight, height, dress size, and age? And what you normally do for a living. When I say all, I am speaking all. She graduated cum laude from Dollar Moore School of Business with a degree in marketing and human resources management, Honors College at the University of South Carolina. She was a member of the Alpha Lambda Delta Honor Society, Gamecocks women's track and field team, and the mock trial. She went to Wake Forest University of School of Law, in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, graduating with a Juris Doctor and Master of Business Administration. She had a license to practice law in both North and South Carolina. She was a civil litigation lawyer working for Poynter Spruill. Then she worked pro bono with low-level drug offenders in a program called Buried Alive Project with Brittany K. Barnett, which is to free a client sentenced to life imprisonment. In addition, she was a TV host and beauty pageant title holder. She has lived the lives most little girls and African American women, or maybe any American woman, it don't matter what color you are, have dreamed of. She was crowned Miss North Carolina USA 2019, the oldest woman at 28 and 4 days old to be crowned. For her decor, hello, love tubers, she made sure she accentuated her outfit with thought and fashion from Rosie the Riveter, Statue of Liberty, Maya Angelou, and Lady Justice. One of her favorite hobbies was reading. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, she became the longest reigning USA title holder. Her reign was 557 days. On November, she was the USA 2019 up until November 9th of 2020. October 2019, New York City Extra correspondent, acted in series Empire, announced Terrence Howard's retirement after the final season. She was nominated 2020 and 2021 for Outstanding Entertainment News Program at the 47th and 48th Daytime Emmy Awards. Chelsea also founded a fashion blog that helped women dress professionally in white-collar jobs called White Collar Gym. Her goal was to pursue a career in the glamour industry. This mixed polish, an African-American woman, plunges to her death from her luxurious Midtown Manhattan 6-story high-rise, $5,000 a month condominium named Orion, after the star Orion. She had a net worth of $5 million with an income of $1 million a year. She was last seen on the 29th floor as of 1/30/2022. That does not sound like a woman that should be jumping. Not that anybody should, but definitely not her. She wasn't worried about money. Even though she really technically was not alone. You really are never alone. It's always you and your creator anyway. So let's go and take it a little bit further, okay? Now, I'm gonna be quite honest. I had no idea what a $5,000 a month apartment looked like or included. The most I have had is a 3-bedroom house in Indianapolis with a $555 note monthly. Well, I wanted to know, and I went to go look it up. Now, I'm gonna let you know right now, when I went to look it up on the website, it gave a beautiful description of the apartment. There was no pictures on its website, except of the outside of the building, which means it's really private. I did find an article where it showed 2 pictures of her in her apartment with all her clothes and stuff that she would blog and things of that nature, with a big smile on her face, holding some items in her hand. Yeah. So they said she had high functioning depression. Okay. 30. She was 30 years old. So when I went to go look at the description, the Orion condominium is located off of 350 West 42nd Street, New York, 1036 zip code. Pretty exterior. Glass facade, both striking and stunning. 54 stories. Hello, darling. Well, those are not the kind of heights I personally enjoy. I ride roller coasters every blue moon, but it is truly every blue moon. I don't really too much care for heights, okay? I will presume, never been to New York, but when I watch it on TV, it's kind of noisy and kind of bossy. So I'm going to presume that the building is soundproof. I would not want to hear traffic and honking. I'm a country girl. I don't want to hear, although I live in the city now, I don't want to hear traffic and honking 24 hours a day or the hustle bustle going on around me when I desire to rest. So I'm going to presume it's soundproof. Country to city girl, because she lived in South Carolina, okay? Remember, she had licensed South Carolina, North Carolina. That's kind of like the country. All right, so it's a few blocks from the glitz and glamour of Times Square, right in the heart and center of entertainment. You live in the most luxurious condominium in the state of New York, away from the city, but, not away from the city, right around the corner in the heartthrob environment of where the nitty-gritty action is. There's plenty of space, is what it said. It is one of the oft repeated complaints is lack of space in apartments. The residents of the Oriole never have to worry about that. It has high ceilings, large oversized windows. I love large windows. I'm gonna tell you what. It said she was close to her mom. When I went back, I said she needed some friends. And with her being Christian, she needed to have a happy medium between the angel in her and the darker side of herself that she didn't let anybody see. Okay? We're going to start there. All right? All right. So large oversized windows. I love large windows. Her naughty side never came out to play. It didn't say in any of these articles she is a nun. She forgot her evil side in exchange for her good girl imagery. I would never close the blinds or shades, mercy on my congregation, because I would be walking around naked in the window all the time. I done worked on this body just for you, closet full of lingerie, whips, and chains. Catch me a few bodies. Flickering my hair in the mirror and window while twerking. Hey, somebody come with me, come watch me exercise and do yoga without a stitch on. She needed some friends, or at least live participants that temporarily acted as friends in the same league as her and a little on the freaky side. Some things mom and dad cannot do for you. Now, nor can y'all have a conversation about. Due to her resume, that may have excluded some African American folks. If she wanted a few of those, how Janet Jackson does her friendships, setups, she needed a few of those type of friends amongst her. So, stripper pole in the building, host stripping classes 3 times a week. That's good exercise. Pajama party 2 times a month to celebrate the new and full moon. Pleasing to all the senses is what it said about this facility. Yoga and meditation parties. Kitchen and bathroom, it said, had the best finishes and fixtures, cooking shows, and pitch ins. Bathroom, also known as sanctuary. Taking all kind of baths with fresh flowers, salts, like Epsom salts, things of that nature, food products, gemstones, bubble bath, or essential oils. May have a friend join. That way we can wash each other's back. In regards to the essential oils, put some of them in your salts before you put them in your soaking bathtub. And before you light the incense and the candles for while you soak in the tub. That is a spa, a transformation of mood room. That is not a bathroom. Family and pet friendly. Family functions 1 to 2 times a month. Pet, get you one. Snake, guinea pig, gecko, or a baby dog, maybe a poodle. Dogs have dog shows and things of that nature too. They had a pet service. That is part of their amenities. They also had where they watched the baby. They have babysitting and dog walking services. If she had gotten involved unknowingly, now I wouldn't wish it on her. I wish that if she desired and all she wanted was a significant other to appreciate her, to have a family with in the long run, that she would have eventually got to that. However, I also know that in today's society, particularly with our African American males, some of them, not all, that might not have been possible for her if that's the way she was leaning. But she did have other choices at the grocery store for the wonderful, diverse variety that God has provided, the Creator has provided, to choose from if she had wanted a partner. Now, if she had ended up unknowingly with a high-value man, also known as a high-class sleazeball, she had enough funds to not have to worry about monthly payments or childcare. And in all actuality, she could travel every equinox and solstice, or she could have just moved to a more cost-effective, out-the-country place full of sunshine and forgot the United States and its shenanigans altogether. In the meantime, while deciding between the swimming pool at her condominium and a beach lived out the country, a sauna versus a suntan off the coast of Costa Rica, a massage room versus a happy ending massage elsewhere, a fitness center versus a trip to the national park or whatever other park she wanted to go to that had some fresh air, comfortable and convenient. The answer given for why this wonderful, gorgeous woman jumped off of a place where she got to watch the Manhattan skyline from her high-rise apartment each morning was sadness, hopelessness, loneliness, and depression. And because she cringed because she was turning 30 years old. I pray that no one else feels that way going on in the future about themselves. What she's saying is she was not happy with her life. She didn't feel like anything she did would be satisfying to humanity, this beautiful being. Hopelessness. In all actuality, with everything that's going on now and her working in the extra field as a correspondent, Miss Chelsea may have known some things that we are just being alerted of now. But she did not know how to tell or reach out to somebody or share that information, or she didn't feel comfortable doing it, which was really not protection on our end, but that is a whole different story. Loneliness. Being as beautiful as she is, she was mixed, first of all. Listening to interviews when Mariah Carey talks about her life as she was growing up as a mixed child, going to the type of school she was going through and the type of hell she had to go through. The black kids didn't accept her. The white kids didn't accept her. And then even personally knowing people that have mixed children going through hell. Not that African Americans haven't gone through their own type of hell. But they have a different struggle as well. Trying to blend in to both sides when people box them and can't identify, even though they're part of both sides, and they're kind of wanting them to pick a side. When you shouldn't have to, because it shouldn't honestly matter what color you are, because we all come from the Creator, no matter what color you are. So it's kind of stupid to fight about it. But that's the place we live in here in the United States. So, depression. Society has trained her mental that in order to be valuable in our society, especially the U.S., based on her last note to her mom, she's not European. Based on her Christian beliefs, she didn't feel she was of value or worth because the belief system focuses mainly on the male. And she's already 30. So as she goes up in age, the realization that she may not find a marriage partner, which is more than likely what she wanted, goes down. Okay. Okie dokie. So she needed a support system. And friends. If you are feeling like that, you ought to get you a support system and some friends. And he said nobody knew. She could have even gone, I've gone to counseling. She could have even gone to some counseling and not told anybody. Just went to counseling and discussed it with the psychologist or the psychiatrist. Okay. So the letter to her mom, and I'll go over it briefly. Her last note to her mom: I love you, Mom. You are my best friend and the person I've lived for years. I wish I could stay with you, but I cannot bear the crushing weight of persistent sadness, hopelessness, and loneliness any longer. I never told you these feelings because I never wanted you to worry, and because I hope they would eventually change, but I know they never will. They follow me through every accomplishment, success, family gathering, friendly dinner. Quit telling folks they are sinners. You are born whole. There's no such thing as a sinner. Okay? You are born whole and you choose to make choices based off of your options or options out of your choices. I cry almost every day now like I'm mourning. They probably get up to each other each day and probably say good morning. There is nothing good about mourning. Grand rising, happy day, greetings. I wished for death for years. She wished for peace of mind for years. That's the death card of the tarot. And I know you would want to know and want to help, but I haven't wanted to share this weight with anyone. Regardless of that, thank you sincerely for being there for me in some of the loneliness moments without me even telling you that I needed you. She should still be here full, enjoying her life, not caring what anybody else thinks. You have kept me alive and ready to face another day because you answer every phone call and you are there for me at the drop of a hat. You listen to me and care when I tell you what goes on in my life, and you always made me feel like you love me. I love you more than any person I've ever known. You've done nothing wrong. You've done everything right. Her father said she was as pure as can be. She didn't take any kind of drugs or prescription medications. She never had any kind of substance abuse problem. I think it had a lot to do with family dysfunction, but it will be a while before we can talk more. She was sad. Mom was April Simpkins, father Rodney Kryst. She had 4 brothers and one sister, no mate, and I never heard anything, not once, about any kind of friendships. She needed friends and a support system. All right, that wraps it up in honor of Chelsea. May she rest in peace, darling. I hope I got the message out okay, and that someone or whoever needed to learn from it did. Much love. Love tubers. Mwah.